You're watching Eyewitness News live at 6. First off tonight, new insight from the chief of Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police into the tragic standoff where 4 officers died and 4 more ended up in the hospital. I'm Scott Wickersham.
I'm Erica Bryant. While the community comes together to honor the heroes who put their lives on the line, I sat down this afternoon with CMPD Chief Jennings and learned that the woman and the teenager found inside that home have had their hands tested for gun residue. But it's going to be months before they actually get those results back. But Chief Jennings says it is all still too early to say exactly what happened on Galway Drive 2 days ago. At one point, the officers were saying they felt bullets were coming from everywhere.
Yes.
You talked about this suspect from coming at them from a high vantage point. At this point, do you believe that Terry Hughes was the only individual firing at your officers?
The officers felt like bullets were coming from everywhere, but there's also a vantage point from the house, the front and the back. So there are all kinds of possibilities. So it's really dangerous to really come out, and I know I spoke a little prematurely on at the scene as far as possible 2 shooters, but it's always possible, but we're not going to rule that out just yet. But we're also not going to conclude that there were 2 shooters.
So at this time, you don't have enough to make a final determination?
That's exactly right, and we want to make sure that we're absolutely correct in that before we start making statements on that.
Do you have anything to share about why this particular operation took place in the middle of the day?
You know, I've been asked that question. There's really no good time to make an arrest, right? So there's a lot of situations that determine the arrest. If this isn't, I know that when you look at a team like the Fugitive Task Force with the U.S. Marshals, they gather intelligence information to determine when is the appropriate time or when can we expect this person to be at a certain location. So all of that, without me knowing, is what I could probably anticipate that they felt like the best time to reach this individual was at that house at that time and location. So I'm not going to second guess that.
You've also had those personal conversations with the spouses, seeing the children of the loved ones who've lost theirs, their family members, and those who are still injured. What can you share about how they're doing or what they've said to you?
It's never easy, and you just want to give their space but also offer condolences. And so it's, you know, you see the officers that were shot, whether they were deceased or the ones that were injured, and just to see their family members there, the kids, it brings everything to reality. It brings the truth about this profession and what we signed up to do. And so just wanted them all to know that, hey, I'm here, and if you have anything you need, we're going to be there for you, but we're also going to give you your space to grieve and to get through this and hopefully bring you some closure as soon as we possibly can.
I asked the chief what his officers need now from all of us in the community, and he said first and foremost, prayers. He says it's also important that the heroes we lost are not forgotten, that their families are well taken care of.